Class is in session. The Brofessor is in. What's happening, y'all? We are going to take a look at Prizewall 101. What should you take on the Sting Like a Bee Prizewall? As always, my recommendation for this is going to be to wait. Wait until the end so you can get a sense if anything new comes out or gets put in the Prizewall or something changes or you get a lot more of these medallions than you expect. We all know that everything is subject to change in the game, and that also includes what you might get or what might be in the prize wall. So I always suggest that you wait. And I also always want to give a shout out to my bro, Jay Nasty Booty, for helping me put all of this together. So, Sting Like a Bee prize wall. What should you get in here? The first and the number one has to be this gear. This gear right here makes Ali that much better in the game. It literally opens up a world of possibilities because so many moves then become turn one. He becomes a turn one nightmare with the gear, so no MP trainers are really needed for him. You can maximize any of his different move sets. If you haven't checked it out, check out my preview of him with the gear and doing roughly around 20 million or so. So he becomes a monster with that. So if your faction doesn't max the faction competition, of where you get this as the main prize. Remember, this is the main prize of the faction competition. So if you don't get it there, this is what you should save your medallions for getting. And in a very close second, or it might be just first for you. Say you don't get Ali, you don't care about any of any of the gear for him in itself. The next thing that you should probably gun for are some of these straps right here. These immunity, gem damage, move damage, legend era straps. Each one of them is very good in its own way. So for legend characters, of which we are getting more of, you can see that you have a possibility of gem damage only on there. And if you get yourself a 100% gem damage strap, watch out. Whoever you put that on just becomes a menace in this new 6-star silver meta. But you can also go move damage if there's somebody move wise that you like their move set, then you already like the damage that they do move wise, thinking like maybe a Clubber Lang move set where he does a ton of move damage. That would look nice on him. So there's another way that you can sort of think about that. The one that I would probably say would be maybe the most useful is considering how many bleed and stun, more stun than bleed characters we get now. You take this here, you literally got a 50-50 chance of getting yourself some stun immunity to help you out when you go up against characters that do stun. So I think these titles are very much a worthwhile investment if gear is not your choice, or you've already got the gear and you've got extra medallions to throw. So quick recap: number one, gear; number two, the titles; and then number three, I would probably stay away from these titles unless you got a little bit of extra medallions to go, but they're not going to be as worthwhile as getting some of the ultimate straps themselves. The next on the board is just resources. What kind of resources do you need? And this is really what is dependent on your current situation in the game. Do you need 6-star bronze tokens? Here's a chance to get one of each. You need or you just want a random 6-star bronze, there's a token case for that. Do you want each color, 3 of them for the emerald? There's that too. So each one of those is useful for what it actually is. Or do you want 100 of each color of TP? Do you want 5 million coins? Are you low on props? Here's a chance for you to bulk up on a whole bunch of props. So there's 5 total in there. It's random, but you can get some Show of Hearts or some Shango Curses. For me, a lot of the time I find myself in need of strap parts. And so you can get up to 20 at, 2,000 each. So there's a chance for you to build up those. You can get some metal bits to max out your metals. Or if you've been picking up moments lately, here's a chance for you to get some moment coins to max out those moments. Maybe you got the moment last week with Solo Sokoa and so forth. So next on the list, number 3 would be just the resources. What sort of resources do you need out of the resources that are in here? And there's a fair little bit to take, and a lot of them you can take multiple because they are low cost. They're less than 1,000 medallions. Some of them are even less than 500, all the ones down here. So there's lots of choices there that you can then pick and choose from this buffet what it is that you need on your roster. Last but not least, I think the least useful for most people is actually this right here. If you've been spending and trying to get Ali, you've probably already got him. And so you've probably already taken him up to do his tour. You might have already taken him up to 6-star as it already is. So in order to get here, and there goes Davey D. Davey D has released another video. Check out Davey D's video. Davey D Gaming on YouTube. Love you, Davey D. So I feel that this is probably the least useful for most people. It's putting all your eggs in one basket, and by the time you get to here, you probably already have him at 3-star. And if you spent the money, you might even already have him at 5-star and taken him up that way. So this is, I would say, useful if you want the fuse, and if you've pulled him, try not to put a lot of resources and you are low on tokens of that variety. By tokens, I mean these types of tokens. You are low on tokens of certain colors, striker specifically, with which to take him up, or you're low on coin and other things, so you want to take him as high as you possibly can. Again, this is dependent on your roster and on your situations. But if you already have, and it's probably going to take a lot to get this many medallions, you've probably already got Ali, and you already probably have him at a place where you can take him up differently. So that would be sort of my recommendation, that would be last, unless you somehow get lucky, get a lot of medallions, don't get him anywhere else, or only got him at a lower variety, and you want him 6-star, A to the S to the A to the P. So that is my take on all of this. So a quick recap of what I think you should take. Number 1 is going to be the gear. Number 2 is going to be straps of the ultimate variety. Number 3 is going to be any type of resource that you need specific to you that is going to help you increase your rosters. And I think number 4, unless you absolutely kill it and get medallions way more than we think might actually be available, then I would hold off on that and try to raid the prize wall for other things. I think that's all we got to go over. If anything changes on this prize wall, or if medallions become crazily available, then we will adjust accordingly. Might make another video if they change things around. Thank you for coming to class. Appreciate y'all. Give it the old like, share, and subscribe. Brofessor out.